South Florida. Tonight's CSBA featured matchup right here at 9 o'clock. Michigan Wolverines taking on the USF Bulls. South Florida. And I gotta see what I can do to turn down the brightness of this court, because ouch. But joining me in the booth, Shimmy. What's up, Shims? Did I lose you, Shimmy?
Nope, I was muted. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
How's it going? Excited to be back in the booth with you again.
Yeah, I love the USF unis. I love the court. I gotta see if I can't get anything to get the brightness down a little bit off the court, because it is hurting my eyes a little bit. Not gonna lie.
It is very, very bright.
See what I can
but
do
I do
about
agree.
that.
The uniforms are really nice.
Yeah. They got good branding. I thought South Florida had good branding. So.
Yeah, the half court's really cool. You can't really see the half court line, but
Yeah.
oh well.
Like I said, I'll see this weekend. I'm going to work on some. There's a couple courts that the texture, the court color, like the lighting is got to be adjusted. So.
Sure.
But this should be an interesting matchup. I feel like Michigan did a really nice job in recruiting. South Florida, new coach, so struggled a little bit, but I'm curious to see what USF is able to do here tonight.
Yeah, both new coaches getting a chance to see their team for the first time in real game. So should be exciting. Kai, obviously he's coming from Kansas, and he learned a lot under Ace there. So, and like you said, they had a phenomenal recruiting class, transfer portal. So really excited to see what Kai can do his first year. South Florida, maybe some struggles early on, but Chris Gentry, he's an active user, and I expect him to get rolling eventually.
Yeah, for sure. Gentry's a good guy. Also, new coach to the coaching ranks, and good guy overall. So I'm hoping that he can have some success here in South Florida. Pull up jumper. Ooh, I don't know if that was a foul or a block, but they don't call it. Down low to B, June B. Hook shot, no good. Rosengard gets it out to Cooksey. USF with numbers. Alley-oop to Gentry in transition. So don't mind that alley-oop there. That was actually in transition, so that's not bad.
Yeah, absolutely. South Florida looking pretty good here early on, led by Chandler Cooksey. He's kind of handling the ball right now, it looks like.
I wish Michigan had their blues on, not their yellows, but it is what it is.
I like their yellows.
No, I love their yellows, but I think on this court right now it makes it even harder to look at too.
Yep.
Like I said, if the court was dulled a little bit, or the lighting was dulled a little bit, it wouldn't be so bad. Spot up, 3-set shot, no good. Mud shovel up with the rebound.
Yeah, Mud Shovel, one of the best transfer portal pickups. Obviously, he's no longer coaching at Murray State, so Michigan is really going to use him this year, and I expect a big season for him.
We'll say Cavelio picking up the foul there. Didn't think that was a foul, but 10-7 here in the early going. So far, been entertaining.
Yeah, it has. Like I said, both teams are off to a pretty good start. Looks like Gentry and good take. Amacho already activated.
It's amazing. The more I do stuff, the more I'm realizing like the little modding things that are gonna bug the crap out of me that I will fix. I'm just making notes, lots of notes for myself.
Early timeout here for South Florida. Michigan went on a little run.
Yeah, South Florida's missing some of the things in the arenas that I'm not liking right now.
They're missing some things.
Yep. If you look at most of the arenas, they all have the team logos and stuff on the exit signs and stuff. It says 2K Sports.
Huh.
So I will need to take a peek at that. I have a note there. I got to fix 2 things that I know of so far. But
Yeah, that's why it's nice to have preseason.
yeah, I tried to look at a lot of stuff, but you know, when you're looking at 32 teams and trying to fix mistakes from the person that put the mod together initially, you know, when I got it kind of in the transition phase, so I gotta go to his download and see if he added or updated any of the things that are incorrect or needing adjustments.
Oh.
But when you're looking at 32 teams, I'm like, oh, this looks cool, and the floor is cool, and the uniforms are cool, and I didn't think to look at every detail in the entire thing. So
Michigan making a. Well, I guess it's not an early sub. 4 minutes. Usually, you see all 5 come in though. At that 4-minute mark.
yeah, the subbing has been interesting too. So far since they made the adjustment. I don't know if you heard it in the last stream.
I was not. I was busy.
Yeah, I mentioned that, first of all, I adjusted a bunch of sliders, but I also mentioned that I adjusted the minutes. So right now, again, it's not, in the past we always did 24 minutes for everybody, and even though they didn't play 24 minutes for everybody, ooh, there's a 3 ball.
Oh, what a tough shot.
Even though they didn't play that way, I adjusted it to 21 minutes for the starters, 27 for the bench. So when we watched the last game, it was about. Well, that should have been a blocking foul.
Yeah, that's not a good. I mean, he wasn't set at all.
Kai Avery Jr. with an interesting. Guy's got black tattoos all over his body. Definitely.
Oh, he's got the cyber. He's got the cyber face.
Yep. But he's got full arm tattoos, sleeves, and like.
Yeah,
it's all black though. It's just he's blacked out. That's what he wanted though.
Yeah.
I tell you right now, if I've never got a tattoo in my life, but I heard black ink is the most painful. So he had to have been in a lot of pain getting that.
Just covering all of his arm and body.
Yep, and he's got goggles too. He's got the Heinrich glasses. Mud shovel for 3.
That's 2 open threes that Mud Shovel's missed. Oh, tough turnover there.
Turnover. Yeah, see, like those UFC unis are freaking sweet.
Yep.
I really do love their uniforms.
Great move there by Kai with the easy bucket.
Timeout.
2 early timeouts for South Florida. I want to make sure the lead doesn't get too big for Michigan.
Yeah. Faux sure, but look at that tat.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So I gotta look at South Florida. That's noted. I might just be missing the arena because I'm just noticing that's what's missing.
Huh.
Because like it's got the NBA logo on the back. It doesn't have the South Florida stanchion. So like I gotta. It's possible that just the file is wrong. I gotta look. Crowd doesn't have
South Florida gear on.
Florida fans. Yeah, exactly. Pass inside to Keith is good. Bulls hanging around, though. Only trailed by 6 here in the first.
Yeah, they are. Michigan got off to a really fast start. But they've missed a couple open shots in a row, and South Florida just, like you said, hanging around. Nice.
Schultz with the dunk on the alley-oop.
Yeah, he's using that size advantage over number one. I can't see his name.
Yeah, I don't know if his name is off the top of my head. Drive. Misses the layup. A rare miss.
Yeah, I like that drive from Scholes, though. Looks like it's Blair. Great pass by Blair to Kai Avery for the easy dunk.
Step back two, no good.
Yeah, he's really trying to take advantage of that height advantage. Ooh.
Ooh, that's a hard foul. The ball went flying, too. Ooh.
You don't want to give him the easy bucket.
Lane Blair to the line.
Who's he talking to?
Zay, $30.
For Cyberface?
Mm-hmm.
USF holds for one shot here. Cut it to at least a 5-point game.
I want to say they got like 3 of 3, I think.
Oh, good block.
Good defense there. 5-point lead. Excuse me, 7-point lead, excuse me. Good first quarter, Michigan on top. The Bulls' game plan, though, is solid so far.
Yeah, USF has taken some early shots, but they've been able to get out in transition off Michigan's misses, and they've been able to get buckets that way as nobody went for the ball.
DI5 can't finish at the rim, gets his rebound and finishes.
Yeah, great play there for Fide.
Rosengard.
Oh, double dribble.
That's an ugly shot, too. Good defense by Avery.
Yeah, not a great shot there.
Somebody get that man a play like a pro dribbling change or shot change. Ooh, good block, though.
Good block.
Shot clock winding down. Mid-range jumper is good for Blair.
Big shot there. We'll see if USF can cut into the lead like they did before. Michigan's been able to go on a couple runs here early in the game. Wow, great take.
You know what I like about the way the Bulls are playing? They're not rushing in the half-court set. They're really feeling out what Michigan is giving them defensively, taking advantage of the mismatches or, driving and getting to the basket.
Yeah, absolutely. They're playing really well offensively. It looks like Gentry came ready to go for this game.
Ten-point Michigan lead. 35 up in the stream. Appreciate you all hanging out with us. Blair going to kick that outside to McNasty. Avery with the screen. McNasty drive, step back. Good defense there by the Bulls, but even better play there to find Avery underneath.
Yeah, Avery did a good job stealing his guy open for the easy, too.
Velio. Three ball by the Bulls. Can't get it to go. Rims in and out.
Big possession here for South Florida. They've got to get a stop.
McDaniel with the foul. Five, but the free throw can't hit it. It's 1 of 2. Timeout. 13-point lead right now.
Yeah, USF needs to go on a little run here. Looks like they're getting some starters back in the game.
And that's where I feel like USF played better.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. They had a lead until they made some substitutions.
That could be their Achilles heel. Velio from the free throw line, no good, and they've just hit a dry spell here. DI fied. Oh, where's the charge on that? That actually was an offensive foul. Kaiser can't get the foul to go.
Yeah, great fight there by USF to get the defensive rebound.
Steal and a transition bucket for Michigan the other way on a 9-1 run right now.
Yeah, USF just needs to start chipping away. Obviously, there's a whole ton of game left, so. But at the same time,
we talked about
let it get away.
No, without that. We talked a little bit in the early going too about, just not able to get anything going here. We talked early on the early going about that they were playing well, right? I mean, they were being patient, but now their slow offenses has been hurting them because they're not knocking down any shots. Earlier, they were knocking down some shots. Now they're not. So
yeah, and they were able to get out in transition earlier, but now Michigan's not missing really. Yep. And that's a good play right there. Oh man,
Gentry. And I feel like those sliders I had on early on right now, they look horrible in this game. But yeah. I also know the level of talent is a little bit different too, so there's that element. Floating skyhook is good. Finally, the Bulls end their scoring drought.
Got to get some stops now.
There's a stop. Nice block. The big fella's got to give up the ball here, though. Don't want Rosengard bringing the ball up. Bean now.
Got the mismatch down low.
Let's see if he can eat. Instead, settles for the fadeaway. See there? He's got to use his body. He's got to use his big body on that mismatch.
Yeah, Rosengard may need to take another look at his tendencies. I mean, that's the second time he's taken a fadeaway shot from 15 feet.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's rocking off the top of my head, but ISO play here for the Bulls. Baseline jumper is no good. Rosengard rebound, offensive rebound, and putback is good.
And that's where Rosengard needs to be big for this bench unit is those offensive rebounds and putbacks, and then obviously protecting the basket.
Yeah, the problem with that play there is he doesn't have a ton of speed, so the smaller, quicker, agile Kai Avery was able to utilize his speed there. Or excuse me, he was trying to stay out on Avery, and in the process, as he tried to recover, was too slow getting back. Avery got 10 points, 5 of 6 here to start.
Yeah, he's having a heck of a first half. Oh, tough miss there for Gentry. Oh,
Nowhere.
are nowhere and everywhere related?
They're not. Yeah, Florida right now, struggle bus, down 21. Still got a lot of the game. I did not have high hopes for the Bulls in this game. I'm just going to be completely honest. Rolling in here, but
And we kind of talked. Oh, good block. We kind of talked about it. Early on in the broadcast that Michigan just. I mean, they had. Another charge. They had one of the best, if not the best, transfer portal and recruiting class.
yeah, I like they're definitely had a good portal and a good recruiting class. So Kai's going to do good things with this Michigan team. Stop and pop for 3, and again, just nothing falling for South Florida. Almost a steal.
Paul was Michigan's coach last year.
Uh-huh. We got a couple natties with them. From the elbow, that's good. Tickling the twine.
And 32%, but they've gotten 10 less shots up than Michigan has.
Well, they're not getting second chance opportunities. They're not.
Yep.
They're just not. The offensive flow isn't there.
I believe they've only scored 7 points here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's been a rough quarter for sure. Say Alexander gets through 2 defenders there. Can't get it. Gets his own rebound. Good defense in the interior by the Bulls. Kicks it outside. McNasty, as the coach has almost bumped into him. Trying to go talk to his players, and he almost bumped into him. I was lucky they didn't get a technical there.
Yeah, the bench is much more animated this 2K.
Absolutely. I also laugh because when they're sitting there watching the games, they're bored. Sometimes they're bored watching it. Like one guy was sitting back with his legs crossed with his arms back, and it's funny. What a rough first half for Florida, South Florida. I should get a good peek at Avery and his cyber face. That is what he wanted, though. I will say that. Thoughts on that first half?
Yeah, in that first quarter, it was only a 7-point game. Michigan came out missing some early shots, and South Florida was able to kind of get out in transition. Obviously, they were hitting, but then in the second quarter, Michigan just turned it on, forcing turnovers. South Florida really couldn't get in their offense, and Michigan just got out in transition and ran on them. It's obviously there's a whole another half left, but South Florida's got to find something on offense because it's just not working right now. Only scored 7 points that second quarter. They're shooting around 35%, 33%. So definitely need to shoot a lot better. They do have 5 blocks.
And I'll say this, and I'm not looking to push them for money or anything like that, so please don't think that this is where my head is coming from. I just would like to see South Florida be a little bit more competitive. I do think some of the guys on USF need to hit the gym. So I'll throw that out there, just being honest. Because if you go back to, someone made this comment earlier, and obviously Oklahoma played better than what some people gave them credit for, but if you go and look at the team and you have a team that doesn't upgrade, a blue chip is almost the equivalent of having a yellow chip, right? So definitely need to hit the gym. Just don't forget, if you're under a 79 overall, there's a starter pack, 50 points for $25, so that's good. So you can do that as a one-time only buy just to bump your guy. You get 5 badges, shoes, and 50 points, which is a pretty good deal considering
You get shoes with that? Oh,
Yeah,
they put a block?
you get shoes, 5 badges, and 25 and 50 points for $25. So we call it a starter pack. So,
I honestly think I still have 2K shoes on.
but you can also buy. Marcella messaged me, but I can double check it later. If I didn't, I can fix that in 2 seconds. But there was a lot of stuff, so it's possible. Yeah, just DM me what kind of shoes you're supposed to have, and then I'll take a look after the game, after tonight's games. But yeah, I mean, I think if you're thinking about the nature of our league, if you want to be a little bit competitive, and I'm not saying it's play to win, because you have progression guys that can get good, people that do jobs and different things and stuff like that. So there's opportunities to use some of the rewards from watching the game. So like it's not just about, I do give opportunities for some things for you guys to get some things either at a discount or at the very least a couple things for free. So, but yeah, if you're going to want to be at least a little bit more competitive than what you're seeing here tonight, you're definitely going to want to hit the gym for some.
Yep, that's how it goes.
First free throw is up and good. But yeah, I mean, these players don't get good for, just watching games, so. $22-point lead for the Wolverines. Alexander. And I feel like Michigan hasn't even played lights out here.
I mean, yeah, they've just played good basketball.
Yep. Mid-range jumper is good. That's inside. Rosengard got to go up quick. You get a 3-second if you don't. Yeah, he pulled it out. All right. See, he needs to go up right close to the basket.
Yeah, if I were him, I would definitely, like I said earlier, take a look at your tendencies or talk with Gentry about that.
Kaiser. Sorry.
I mean, he's 7'3".
Yep, he's the Yao arc, I believe.
It looks like it.
He's either Shaq or Yao. I'm not sure. I think they're both the same height because we lowered Yao from 7'6" to 7'3" because he was too OP. The height was a huge advantage.
I like 7'6".
Wide open 3 for Bean. Bang. Yeah, there was nothing fancy about that, but they hit the open shooter, and he knocked it down.
Yeah, I mean, they set a good screen. Really what I've noticed in this game is off-ball screens are huge.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
So really finding a playbook where, and if it works for your team, where you are getting those off-ball screens, you're going to have a lot of opportunities to score.
Yeah, I know viewership has kind of dropped off a little bit right now just because of the score, I'm sure. A lot of things going on for people. But definitely going to want to come back for the next game because it should be a banger. Duke and Kansas should be just the game of the week without that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, possible. Basically like a top. I know we don't have polls out yet, but I mean it's basically a top 5 matchup.
I would think so. Yeah.
So that will absolutely be a good game. I actually really like that Duke scheduled Kansas before the real test next week.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they Have to play Creighton next week. It'll be a tough game, but I mean that's 2 good games for Duke right off the bat, in my opinion.
Nothing falling for USF right now. No, but I agree that 100%. Being up with the rebound. This is where USF's got to get out and push the ball, and again, they slow it down
and take that.
And
Yeah,
Kaiser with a big block. Floater is good. So they doubled them down to 30 now. Hey, it's 60-30, and then we got 30 viewers in the stream. Look at that.
Hope to get back up in the 50s for this.
And we're going to have Kai Avery going to help us out streaming, take over for Ace, because Ace is just not unable to stream now, and we cannot just do me and C-Web. We will shoot ourselves. But Kai is getting set up, so we'll have him set up before the end of this week, ready for next week.
Ooh.
So
Kai is taking over for Ace?
Well, Ace said he can't stream, so.
Oh.
He got a job making more money, another job making more money, or a promotion or something to that effect, and will not be able to stream. But Kai there's another 3-ball from Fide. Kai has stepped up and said he'd be willing to stream. And then I also have somebody else. I have somebody else that's also said they're willing to stream too. So that may happen as well, which is Troy Carter. So.
Oh.
He messaged me about interested in doing it, so. Which is fine, because he's, he get paid in credits, which I'm sure will help him because he's a free player, so.
Yeah, and, I mean, he's very active.
Yep. And as long as I have dependable people, whenever we have issues and we work through it and figure it out, but.
Sure.
If I end up getting a job, I know for me, at least 2 days out of the week, I'm going to be screwed.
Wow.
Be screwed by the time to be able to stream. And then,
because of work.
Well, yeah, because I'll have, assuming I get one of these jobs, I'll have to go into New York City.
Yeah.
And I live by train an hour and 20 minutes away by train, plus another 15 to 20 minute drive from the train station to my house. So if if I'm leaving work right at 5, which doesn't always happen, nice move there, back to the basket by Keith. I might not be rolling into my house till after 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then my kids also have sports too, so there's that element thrown in there too. So. Three streamers, we usually can make it work without issues, and another 3-ball by Michigan, but
4 is even better.
Yeah, and we've had 4 in the past too. I think that's the max we've ever had. So 4 or 5. Actually, we might have had 5 at one point, but if I have a job too, I'll feel less pressure. Like I could actually maybe pay people in cash instead of credits. So we'll see. Right now, with me not working,
yeah,
we're 100% credits, so which nobody seems to be upset about, which is fine.
I'm upset. No, I'm just kidding. I put my credits to good use.
Yep. Bayou, as far as what kind of computer, I mean, I have a streaming computer with a lot of RAM, with a good graphics card. I'm rocking 3 monitors in front of me right now with a mic and a loop deck in front of me. Like I got it all here. So I have a really strong shout out to Rash Panda, aka game is definitely computer heavy. Man, and Michigan's just not missing right now.
Yeah, this is getting away from them.
But yeah, I mean, just to be honest with you, definitely need a good computer, a good streaming heavy computer. I mean, I have two. I have a lot of memory on my machine too, so that helps.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 terabyte, 1 terabyte hard drive, so.
Oh yeah, well that is a lot.
Mm-hmm. This game alone with the mod, probably it's definitely over 100 gigabytes. That I know, which is a lot.
Yeah,
But that's because of all the modded file, all the modded files. So
try to get a shot up.
he did.
Oh, slam cam? Nope.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Yeah.
Airball, no good. So South Florida struggling out of the gate here. Their first game on their home floor. Get those 4s up in stream chat. Mud Shovel, did you just clip the airball? I think he just clipped the airball. That's actually funny.
What's up, Jay Wright?
So,
Jay Wright was my first coach at Prolific Prep.
yeah,
I was just actually inducted in the Prolific Prep Hall of Fame before the
Nice.
season. AD gave me a call and gave me the opportunity.
I agree with you, AK. I agree with you totally on that. He said, let's be real, 2 terabytes is like the minimum any rig system should have. Correct. I agree. And for the amount of graphics and all the other things I do with Photoshop and all that other stuff.
41-point game. I honestly don't know if I've ever seen a lead like this.
I have the largest lead in the largest win in CSB history is like 60-something points.
60?
Mm-hmm.
Was it like a fluke or was one team like that much better?
Not much better. And not much worse.
Oh,
It was like almost a team of like all bases versus a team that was probably like all 90s.
yeah. Sometimes those teams of all 90s, though.
They don't always win titles. Listen, there's only one team season that wins, so
Like, we saw 3-seed Houston, who was down 13 going into the fourth quarter of the first round game, and they went and made the championship while, Kentucky and Texas Tech both got upset in the 3-16, I believe, correct?
yeah. Listen, I've seen some really good teams dud out at certain points where they've just met their match.
Sure.
But there's a few teams that I'm curious to see how they do this season. Obviously, I'm not going to say who or what, but then again, like you say, listen, there's only one ball to go around, right? God,
Yep.
Florida's
And
Florida's not hitting even open shots at this point.
Yeah, it's 15 for 46, 33% is not great.
Yeah, Marcel, there should be rankings coming soon. I don't know what the delay is there, but we always have weekly rankings. I don't know why they haven't put them out yet. But I don't know if they finalized they may have wanted to see how preseason went.
It's in the process.
It is. I haven't. I know there's been. Listen, I've been so busy with so many other things that I haven't had a chance to check every conversation that has been going on a lot of our awards Discord and all that other stuff on our rankings Discord. So I haven't really paid attention to it, but I do know there's been some conversation.
Yeah, it's in the works. A few of us have our polls in, just waiting on a couple more.
And I know you give a ton of crap to G Hart, but man, that guy. And I really hope he doesn't. I know he said like next season he still might be able to do some things, but I'd be lost without him.
Sure. I'm sure he loves to hear that.
You don't even understand. Like, there are days that I don't even tell him things to do. He just does them, and they need to get done, and I don't even ask him.
Yeah.
And it is such a breath of fresh air that actually have that with somebody that thinks maybe we don't always agree. We disagree on things sometimes, you know, from a board of directors perspective, from, you know, structure, whatever. But like when it comes to like the way we want to run the CSBA, you know, I couldn't have asked for a better person to help me. Like, he just gets it. He just gets it.
Sure.
You know, he's like,
no,
oh,
he's definitely
yeah,
a big help.
Yeah. No, I'd be lost without him, and I hope he realizes how much I appreciate him. I know. Listen, I know I used to be the crabby apple guy, and everybody used to get pissed at me because I used to be so frustrated with everybody because either someone didn't do tendencies or they didn't do this, or they didn't do that, whatever, the things that they were supposed to do, right? And I'd get all pissy, and people would say, like, hey, you know, you remind me of somebody else that used to run another sim league. And I actually did a look in the mirror, and I was like, I don't want to be known as that guy. But
sure,
at the same time, you have to be tough when you run a league because everybody just expects you to do everything for them. And at some point, you kind of have to draw the line in the sand. And I feel like Garrett, when he kind of came in, kind of had a very similar mindset as me. Like, not going to take the bullshit, but we kind of play good cop, bad cop sometimes, which is great. But he's a good guy. He's a great person. I'd be lost.
He's very grumpy for sure.
But that's how I used to be. If you talked to me earlier today, I was super grumpy. Hey, finally the Bulls had an open jumper. If you talked to me earlier today, I was not having a good day.
How are you feeling about New Iowa?
They suck balls. I miss Pax. You know, Pax may not have been the most active guy in league chat all the time, or he was for a long time though. But more than most recently, he hasn't been. But I could always count on a game plan for him. I could always count on him doing what he needed to do.
Yeah.
You know, like Michigan State, not the most active team in Discord, but they do what they're supposed to do. They're involved. They invest. They're not the active league chatters, and that's fine. We have teams that are like that. As long as they're active as users, that's all I care.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, sometimes it's hard. You know, especially like some of the teams that have some older people. Great offensive board there for Rosengard.
Yep.
There's definitely some teams, you know, that have people who are dads or have kids. You're not always going to have the most active locker room, but
yep.
You know, as long as you're showing up for your team and you're responding when tagged, definitely goes a long way.
And that's all we could ask for. You know, you step up to be a coach in this league, you have a little bit more responsibility than people realize, but that's something that you ask to do. That's something that you want to do. So if you're gonna take that responsibility, you got to try to run the best team you can possibly run. And Marcel said the work command hopefully will help with Discord activity. That was its purpose. Give an opportunity for teams to try to help stay together a little bit, but also have people be in the Discord regularly. This is the best CSBA has been since the early days of activity and chat. Yeah, when games are over, chatter dies down, and you get a few guys doing the late night chat, but...
You guys? Why are you putting me? I mean...
Well, no, I said some guys, like you guys.
Oh, I think guys, like I was the ringleader.
No, but like some people there are certain people that just pop up at night. There are a lot that are during the day, like it varies, you know, but CSBA is in a really good place right now, and if you ask me about...
Sure.
If you ask me where it was about 6 months ago, I probably would not say in a good place. But the move to 24, the commitment to making a better product, giving opportunity for people to get some things in Twitch, some lower cost things that you can maybe take advantage of. The fact that we still have free players, even though it's a grind. New teams, the excitement of a new season. There's a lot to it that really I feel like has pushed us in a good direction.
Oh, good dunk. I honestly think this is, since I've been here for the last 4 seasons, I think this is one of the best freshman classes we've seen in terms of talent, activity. Vandy's got several. I personally have 4 freshmen all active. Talking in the locker room every day. I know St. John's has several.
New blood in the league is huge, and I think, ironically, new blood also spurs on some of the old blood when they see people start popping off again.
Mm-hmm.
It helps.
Well, and it also helps. I've done this. I've brought in a lot of people, and just going in other leagues and talking to those guys, and 91-47. Wow, it helps when you bring in people you're familiar with, and just help build the league up.
Yep, agreed.
Ooh, Creighton still the most points this week so far.
Good game here. Good game for Michigan. Shout out.
Great game.
Marcella, we appreciate that. I love that comment alone because...
What did he say?
He says, I'm fully addicted to the CSPA. And that makes my heart full because of how much time and effort I put in. And I don't get to hear that often. I do hear it from some people, and I know they bust my balls on purpose. But they bust my balls on purpose because they know how much they appreciate it. It's like that girl in the classroom you just tease all the time because you love her. That's kind of the, when you were in elementary school, that's what you just did. It's kind of that same mentality. But I do get compliments every once in a while, so it's nice to hear. It's nice to hear
One thing on this, look at that time. Look at the difference in time of possession. I have not seen like almost a 4-minute difference really.
Well,
before.
When you shoot almost 60%.
Yep.
And you're running a faster paced offense and getting transition points. They had 25 points in fast breaks.
Yeah.
And when you shoot 33%, this is going to pop off. So is this.
Yep.
And this, rather. So.
Well, South Florida had a 2-point lead.
Michigan, look at that. 1 turnover.
Yeah. 12 for South Florida.
And then that's impressive, right? We talked about the sliders, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. It's a good sign. And they shot the ball well. They did not shoot the ball well, so. Interesting. Let's go through the box scores. Bean, no players for Florida in double fixtures. I'm glad you're addicted. I appreciate it. 9 points, a board, a block, 4 of 6. Rosengard, 6 and 8. An assist and a block, 2 of 6. Ashton Schultz, 6 points, 3 boards, and assists, 3 of 10. King Keith, 6 points, 4 boards, blocks. See, King Keith sitting on a starter pack that I've messaged him about 15 times to do points to the forums, and he has yet to respond. So there's a player that should get better sitting on a starter pack, just being complete. So if Gentry, if you're in there, you may want to hound the heck out of him. Cooksey, 5 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, 1 of 4, 3 turnovers for him. Miller, 5 points, 3 boards, and assists, 2 of 5. Notice the minutes here are a little bit more even.
Yep.
Which is interesting. Jacobs, 5 points and assists, 2 of 7. Cavellio, 2 points, a rebound, assist, 1 of 6. Gentry, 2 points, a rebound, assist, 3 blocks for him, and 1 of 5. And then Christian McDaniel, 1.3 board and assist. And I think when you're trailing by as much as you were, they were trying to really find something. So, take us through Michigan.
Yeah, Kai Avery, 16 points, 9 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 8 for 10 from the field. Great game for him.
By the way, doesn't he look like he's like an alien or something, or like a superhero? Like, I don't know, just like he's like stretched. I don't know. The black tattoo just messes me up. I don't know.
Deified, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals.
I still need somebody to explain me his name because I don't get it.
He's deified like a god.
Okay. I got it now. I never really understood it.
Yeah. Nowhere. 12 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. Max Mudshovel, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. Frederick Kaiser, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block.
I think Mud Shovel and Kaiser went to the same barber.
Savion White, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks.
That's not bad. I believe he's a yellow chip, too.
Oh, Isaiah Alexander, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Clyde McNasty, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Lane Blair, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. June B, 2 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist.
And that's going to round it out for Michigan. Balanced scoring, though, for Michigan.
Yeah, very. Only 16 for Kai, and they put up 91.
All right, rough one for Florida, but South Florida, but Michigan prevails, 91-47. Good win by them. Shimmy, appreciate you in the booth. Appreciate everybody tuning in. 33 still in the stream. Guys, don't go anywhere. Duke, Kansas, probably your game of the week. Probably a top 5 matchup if we had rankings.